Hi Rob, messaged you a couple days ago to let you know what was going on. I thought I would show you some of it before it all starts getting put back together. Here is the mess right here. That's everything, all taken apart. And I'll tell you, this was quite a bear here, this one here. The bolt here is quite long, and there was a lot of rust. I had to take it into town to get that taken care of, but otherwise everything is coming together. It's I'm just cleaning it up enough to do good to that when I paint it, it'll stick. And that's mostly, I'm not restoring it, I'm just trying to make it so it's doesn't rust up on you right away when you get it home. I'll be replacing all the bolts with new bolts, and then of course here are the bushings that you bought. Here is the spring itself, which will go in the channel underneath. That's kind of that's fun to put that in there. You got to compress it. Over here, a few other things. These are not so technical, but brake lines, the ball joints. By the way, this is the upper, and it looks, that's what you get in the lower. Turns out the uppers might have been okay, except they're suspect because they got a lot of dirt in them. The lower ones are actually quite bad. You could, I don't know if you can see how much they move here. This is the old one here. Well, the rattle is the thing moving, but it's walling around in there, so that is definitely worn out. Your shocks, the new ones, and here's the old ones that come off. A-arms are off, and I'm still digging out the old rubber bushings with a drill and fire. Pretty much got these done. They'll be ready. So I'll just wire brush that and paint it up. Here's your old brake calipers. They're probably good. You'd want to do a good job overhauling them. And then these are the new ones. Notice that the gap here is much wider than here. So this will take the vented rotor, and that'll be nice. That's exactly what I have in my car, and they've been great. I can do 24 hours of racing and the brakes feel just as good at the end of the weekend as they did at the beginning. And some other hardware and things like that, which are just no big deal. Let me get my the spindles and all. Everything looks good. I would just clean everything up and straighten a little bit on those to get them all cleaned up for you and put back on. That's no big deal. Now here is the steering rack. I don't know if the light's good for you here. The ball joints at the end, or the tie rods at the end, we should replace those by the same reason that they've been probably dirt grinding away in those. The inner ones actually feel really nice and tight, but the boot is basically turned to charcoal, and so I wasn't originally going to dig into this to see what's going on, but you can see here's the other end. It's been exposed for quite a while, so I think the thing to do is just go in there and do a routine cleaning and make sure that when you're steering this thing, you're not grinding up sand with it. So not very technical, so I'll clean that all up and make it look pretty as well. There's a few other little parts we'll want to get, like this boot is dead, obviously. Keep the elements out of there. I'm not sure if I'm doing the camera right because I'm talking while I'm doing it. And there's your bump stops, and I'm kind of on the fence of using those again. I think they will disintegrate once you start hitting them if you're going to drive that hard. And what I have to do, I have to cut them down to about half, because with the lowering spring, you just got to get rid of it to give the spring room to move. Let me put the camera down for a second. For the rotors, here's the hub. Let's see, get the light on here better. So that's the original, all original stuff. So what I've got to do is I've got to, I'll punch those out, and I need to grind this down flat so that your caliper can fit in here like it's supposed to. Let's see if I can even demonstrate it here. If this goes on normally, this part would, sorry, let me do this again. So here's, I'm going to have to grind this down so it's flat. We'll knock those out. And then this has to be knocked down because this caliper is wider and you'll be hitting here. And but that's just, you know, you get dirty. It's not a not very technical job at all. But it, you know, if you like, it's kind of fun doing all this cool stuff to a car. The replacement boots are here. First thing, they'll just slide right in. And I guess I didn't bring all the new parts over here for this, but this was just to give you an idea of where things are right now. So everything is apart finally. I'll go through. I'm going to finish like cleaning this one good enough to paint it. Finish these up tonight, I think, and maybe I can get paint on them before the end of the night. And probably, I'm not going to Phoenix this weekend, so I might be able to finish this weekend. So I hope that's interesting. If you want to see your car again, maybe we should go in here. Here's Catherine's car. I've been working on that too. And it's still here. This hasn't moved. I'm still got chemicals in the gas tank, trying to get stuff out, but nothing's coming out. And so everything else is the same. Once again, everything look back here is like fresh and new. There's nothing there because it's outside. The inside is engine oil is just like it was before. I did get a chance on Catherine's car to install a battery box and a few things like that, so that's some experience I have that'll work out for your car. I think this is the last major thing, parts. The other stuff is pretty small. If the gas tank is a problem, it may have to come out, and that's just kind of a chore, but it's just wrenches and stuff. Anyway, so that's what's going on out here. I'll let you know. I'll finish this up in a few days when it's done, and I'll send this to you.